Pat Olson with you here on our CUSD YouTube channel as we have a chance again to visit with the first year principal at Cunha Middle School, Mr. Feldman. Mr. Feldman, we're almost starting the third week of the school year. I know there have been some questions about the dress code on your campus. Can you discuss that a little bit?
Sure. First, I want to thank you for having us on this TV channel. It's great to always be able to talk with parents. The kids at school have been awesome the first 2 weeks, and we're really happy. It's kind of interesting for me. There are no changes in the dress code. There's been a lot of talk in the community about changes in the dress code and changes in the dress code. And actually, I did a little research. The dress code hasn't changed in more than a decade. And so we're really asking people to just abide by the dress code that's in their parent handbook, their student parent handbook, that were sent home, that we've asked kids to talk about with their parents and sign and return to school.
Now, I know there's also been some questions about how the lunch hour operates, and that also is pretty much the same as it's been over the years.
Pretty much the same. The sixth graders eat inside so they can really bond as a group and a unit, and they do that only for the first quarter. Then people mix. The eighth graders have their eighth grade spot, which I've been told by several of the eighth graders that is the eighth grade corner, and they wait to get up to that corner. And then there's the seventh grade spot, and we've been asking people for the first 15 minutes to sit, to eat, and then once the bell rings, they go out and they do their play thing.
Now that you're a couple of weeks into it, tell us some things so far that you've really enjoyed about being the principal at Cunha in this tremendous community.
Well, we have amazing kids at Cunha. I mean, we have some of the best kids that I've ever had the pleasure of working with on a classroom. They're fun, they're energetic, they're smart, they're interested in school. And when you match that with a really talented teaching staff that's dedicated to what they do, and the parent body that comes to the school and volunteers and donates, it makes for a really great Cunha community. You
allude to the parent body. How well have you started to get to know some of the parents? Because I know as a principal at a middle school, the only middle school in the district, that becomes an important element, the relationship with different parent groups.
Well, parent groups are great. I mean, I met with the PTO a few times, the Spanish immersion parents once or twice, and we have the music boosters was this week. We're looking forward to the athletic boosters coming up, going out to Moon Ridge next week, one night to meet with another group of parents. It's been really quite great, and then several have emailed me and called me and voiced some concerns, and may I say, many compliments. We always like it when they give a compliment, especially about their kid's teacher or something that happened great at school.
Mr. Feldman, our guest here on the CUSD YouTube channel, Pat Olson alongside into now, as some of you probably started to watch this video, into the third week of the school year, which comes right after the Labor Day holiday. You touched on your teaching staff. Yeah. You're new.
Yes.
Do you know all their names now?
I know all their names.
How well have you gotten to know all the teachers on your campus?
Not only do I know all their names, but any parent watching should ask their kid, hey, has Mr. Feldman been in the class? Is he coming once a day, twice a day, 3 times a day? So I make the rounds of classroom visits, first period, second period, sixth period, seventh period, every single day. I try to get into every single classroom, every day, a minimum of once a day.
Well, that's very, very, very impressive. What I found about your school site when we put these videos together is the videos go viral. The first interview we did with you had a large number of web hits. I'm sure a lot of people will watch this video as well. So it's a nice tie-in for me to ask you as we close things out. Technology, how important is this communication, this reach out to the public, and technology in general around your campus?
Well, technology is really important. It serves both a positive and a negative impact. Our kids are really great with technology, but sometimes parents, kids, whomever is out there can just go right on technology and say some things and not necessarily ask a teacher, hey, did that happen? Or ask a student. And so, while we're talking to the parents, I really do want to come back and say, talk to your kids, talk to your teachers, talk to the principal and the assistant principal. Don't necessarily listen to everything you read on Twitter or Facebook or Snapchat. I'm reminded of this lesson for our dress code that we started with. There's a lot of everything's changed. Well, actually, pretty much the same things that we've always asked people to abide by have always changed, but you wouldn't know that if you're reading technology. And if I could just take 30 seconds to talk to parents, there's been some particularly on social media, some rumors and craziness about girls not being able to wear dresses or leggings or things of that nature. And I want to talk to the parents immediately and say, safety is our top priority for kids, and our dress code is part of our safety culture. And of course we want kids to wear leggings. Of course kids can wear dresses. Of course kids can wear jeans. What we're asking for some basic things is that any area where undergarments can be exposed, be careful. And you might not read that on a social media post, but technology is crazy important. You got to get out there and you got to visit with your kids and use it to promote the greatness that's going on our campus.
Mr. Feldman, appreciate the time. Just like the first time we sat down, I can feel your energy, and I'm sure the kids must love you on the Cunha camp.
We have great kids, and today was so fun playing our first leadership spirit activity. That leadership class does a great job. Shout out to them, and we're looking forward to it again next week.
All right, that's Mr. Feldman, the first-year principal at Cunha Middle School. I'm your host, Pat Olson. Thanks for watching right here on our CUSD YouTube channel.